Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Now, we've got, if you look at Fire Dog Lake, a blog which was pro-Obama, although they were late to join the Obama bandwagon. You've already got the first article on Fire Dog Lake, Dump Obama. It's time to dump Obama. We have a poll taken last week that shows 47% of Democrats want a primary challenger to Obama. And if you watch the this week, you'll see that Ed Schultz was not happy with Obama. He wants Obama to be a fighter, not a uniter. This is, I think, psychologically just about impossible. Even Olbermann, normally a true-believing acolyte, is now saying that Obama is wrong to seek to essentially sacrifice his own views because of the need to cooperate with reactionary Republicans who will never cooperate. So we've got a situation where the earth is beginning to move under Obama's feet. The possibility of a primary challenge is there. And as I said before, Obama is simply incorrigible. He will not change. He's a Wall Street puppet. This will not be altered. And therefore, we got to look for remedies. And one of them, I guess, is put the pressure on Congressman Darrell Issa of California, the new incoming head of the House Government Operations Committee, the guy with the subpoenas. Subpoena Obama's birth certificate. Let's get to the bottom of this once and for all. And for further updates on this cause, let's go to Philadelphia and Phil Berg, the distinguished attorney who was the first to raise this issue at the Supreme Court in August of 2008. Welcome, Phil.
My pleasure to be on. You are absolutely correct. We're about to draft I'm going to be drafting a letter from ObamaCrimes.com to Darrell Issa, the congressman in California, who has the power of subpoena, and we're going to request, actually demand, that he hold a hearing regarding Obama's qualifications. And we're going to put together up a petition so people can sign it. But the Democrats didn't do it, and now we'll see if the Republicans got any chutzpah to do it, because I think one of the senators said his goal is to make sure that Obama's not reelected. Well, more than reelected, he shouldn't even be in the office at this time. And if the Congress would hold one hearing, I think Obama would be out of office, because Obama cannot prove that he's constitutionally eligible to be president, but because he's not. Remember the two issues, and everyone out there, ObamaCrimes.com has been the leader from the beginning, and we will continue to fight on. The two issues are the birth certificate, but more important than the birth certificate is the fact, because he mentions it in his autobiography, that his parents had divorced, his mother remarried, his stepfather, Lolo Sotoro, returned to Indonesia before he did with his mother. He was either acknowledged or adopted in Indonesia. The school record indicates his name is Barry Sotoro. If he hasn't legally changed his name, he has committed fraud since that time. Yes, you can use an alias, but you can't use it for fraudulent purposes. Now, it's going to be very interesting on his little expense trip that he's going now, and I'd really like to know the exact numbers, but I heard an increase. I heard he was taking 2,000 people with him. He's left today for India and other places, but now I heard the numbers up to 3,000. The cost estimates have been up to $200 million a day. Whatever
well,
they are.
I would really warn you, that's a lot of right-wing propaganda. I think that's
right. Whatever the number is.
That's the right-wing noise machine.
It's too excessive. The word is, though, he's really taking 2,000 to 3,000 people. The word is they're taking 40 planes. The word is they've rented out a hotel with 800 rooms in it. If he's taking that many people on this trip, you know, it's just outrageous, especially when there's people starving in this country and the unemployment is 10%, but it's really probably 16 or 17% when you count the people that aren't on there.
But really, worse than this, the policies that he's taken to South Korea is he's going to take the policy of let's bash China, let's have free trade, let's sell out American working people. That's what really hurts. This other stuff is chicken feed compared to the economic damage that he's done, right? He's put Bernanke back in office. He's a Wall Street puppet. That's the heart of the matter.
Right. He's telling everyone he's doing this to bring business to the United States. I don't believe it. We'll see the end result out of it. But still, it's just outrageous. And really, for the Republicans, I commend those. I had put out a press release right before the election, Stop Obama, Agenda, Vote Republican. A great number of Republicans are in there. I'm a lifelong Democrat. We're doing this because we have to stop these policy here. The health care. Obama even doesn't get the message at this point because he's saying maybe they'll make some changes. It has to be repealed. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to vote. The House is going to vote to repeal it, and Obama's probably going to veto it. And the people have to take in mind what's going on. But meanwhile, as I said before, we're the umbrella organization here. Obama Crimes is the umbrella for whatever your issue is, whether it's taxation, whether it's health care, whether it's anti-war, whether it's Social Security. We're the umbrella. And then join us with this petition we're going to put together to ask or actually demand that Darrell Issa, forced by subpoena Obama to appear in Congress and prove he's constitutionally eligible. That's their responsibility. The Democrats had a responsibility. They failed, and I believe they're on the verge of treason for not doing it. We'll see what kind of guts that the Republicans have, because this is something that should be done. It's something I said back August 21st, 2008, when I filed my first lawsuit, Webster. I said, if I'm wrong, show me I'm wrong. So if we're so wrong on this, the subpoena power to the White House should be nothing detrimental, because what should it do? It should force him to bring forth the documents which he says he's constitutionally eligible to be president.
A routine matter.
That's a fraud. But there should be no objections on that basis. Come forth, show us you belong there. And really, if Darrell Issa doesn't do it, we really should start pressuring the new Speaker of the House, which I'm going to send a copy of the letter to also, to demand that this be done, because this is urgent. Let's find out once and for all. I mean, if I'm wrong and you've led me down the Murray path for the last two and a half years, I'll walk away, but I'm right, and let's prove it, and Darrell Issa really has a definite responsibility of what to do come January, and I hope he lives up to his responsibility.
Absolutely.
And you know what?
Really good. Send it to Boehner and the other incoming leadership, right? We'll do that. There are a couple of others. How about Eric Cantor? Eric Cantor, Congressman of Virginia, the incoming majority leader. And then we have this question, will the head of the House Republican Conference be Jeb Hensarling of Texas, the establishment candidate, or will it be Michelle Bachmann? And let's see if Michelle Bachmann has the courage of her convictions. Send it to her, too. She might become the head of the House Republican Conference. I guess we won't know that for some weeks now. But indeed, this is the way to hold these Republicans accountable. What are you really made of? Are you just a bunch of Wall Street puppets, as some say, or are you authentic representatives of the national interest? If you are, you've got to clarify this constitutional crisis around Obama.
And the thing is, and for your listeners to know that I work closely with you, Webster. I had sent you an email, maybe you didn't get it yet. Please send me some response back, so some input as to the contents of this letter, because I appreciate your direction. And this is very important for the people out there, that we're going to really call the bluff on the Republicans, see if they really care for us, or see if it's what I've said about most members of Congress. Unfortunately, most members of Congress, in my opinion, have two goals. One, to raise as much money as they can, number one. Number two, to get reelected. Let's see if they really have the chutzpah to do what's right for our country, because we deserve to know the truth. And if Obama's a fraud, which I believe he is, I believe he's a fraud and an imposter, and this is the biggest hoax against our country since our inception 234 years ago, I think it's incumbent upon the Republicans to call this hearing. I mean, what are they afraid of?
Absolutely.
I mean,
what possible objection could there be if this is simply a routine matter? And now they have the subpoena power. There's absolutely no doubt they can compel. Subpoena Duchess Takum, bring the document with you. You subpoena the Secretary of State of the state of Hawaii, I guess, who says she saw it and it's there. Well, if it's there, then bring it to Washington, put it on the table, and the issue dies essentially, at least most of it dies a natural death. There is this Indonesia question. You could also have a hearing about that. That would be easy. Anyway, keep in touch, Phil, and go after Issa and Cantor and Hensarling and Bachmann and the rest of them. And we'll see you next week.
Very good. ObamaCrimes.com.